Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, a really bad situation could have been a whole lot worse than it turned out to be. We have some good news. The Viking Sky managed to get three of her four engines working, and she is now making her way into port, escorted by two ships, a tugboat, and of course the helicopters are standing by if needed again, but it looks like it should be no problem getting back to port. The Viking Sky is making her way into port on her own steam. The crew managed to get three of the four engines back up and running. She's moving in slowly. The weather has calmed down quite a bit. It's fresh, but it's not stormy. She's being escorted by a tugboat and two other ships in case she runs into more trouble. A total of 479 passengers, basically about half the passengers had been airlifted off the ship, 20 of which have been put into hospital for various cuts, bruises, mostly from things falling while the ship was being tossed with no power. A couple people are being treated with trauma. As you can imagine, if you have any kind of fear of the water, this is probably the worst thing that could possibly happen to you. But it all looks like everyone is okay. That's the good news. And the crew still remained on board. People are saying nothing but good things about the way the crew and the Norwegian rescuers worked. This is why those safety drills at the beginning of your muster drill are so important. You need to know these things because you never know what can happen. Also an update on that cargo ship that also got into trouble. It was called the Hagland Captain, and she was actually on her way. The ironic thing is, she was on her way to assist the Viking Sky in any way that she could. When she ran into engine trouble, the engines just conked out in the rough weather. They couldn't get it restarted. They dropped anchor offshore. Right now, the ship is in no danger of crashing because the weather has calmed down, and so they will begin repair works or tow her in as soon as they can. The good news is everybody on board is safe. They had an even rougher time than the people on the Sky because she's a cargo ship and her front cargo had things falling overboard. She lost a lot of her cargo in the rough weather being tossed around. It was too dangerous to airlift from the ship itself. It's just a small cargo ship. So these people, crew members, actually had to jump in the water one at a time to get rescued by the helicopters. So they had an even rougher time, but the good news is they're back safe. Looks like the Viking Cruise Line, most of the people who were evacuated by airlift was put into a local arena, and then once they were accounted for and making sure everything was okay, they didn't need to go to the hospital. They were arranging hotel rooms for everybody. So Viking is looking after their passengers. I'm pretty sure they're going to make sure everybody gets home safe and everything will be complimentary. That's just my speculation. I don't think these people are going to have to pay for this cruise. Can you imagine? Well, you got to pay for half of it because you got halfway. No, but yeah, a really bad situation. Could have been so much worse. They could have been too close to the shore. They could have been in the water, and the ship could have sunk. When you lose complete control and you're a smaller ship, that close to those rocky shores is really a scary situation. But good news is everybody seems to be okay. A bit of bumps and bruises, some scares, some trauma. You're going to think about this. You're going to remember this for a long time, but you're going to get home safe. That's the main thing. So that is the best news and the best outcome from this whole situation that could be. Also that the ship got her power back and then was able to make it back to shore before anything really serious happened to everybody else who was remaining on board. So good job from Viking Good job from the Norwegian rescue workers and all the people who assisted in the rescue operations, the other ships that joined in the rescue. Hats off to everybody because everybody made it out okay. So I hope you liked this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.